everybody, this is Keith here of Euphoria Pictures. Welcome back to my channel. Right folks, so this is going to be a simple unboxing. I got this through the door a couple of days ago. I was massively impressed by it, I really was, and I felt it was only right to stop by and share it with you. So as you can see by the thumbnail, it is no secret. I'm going to be showing you the Paramount Scares Volume 2 4K Blu-ray Collector's Edition. And what a set this actually is. Now, before I do anything, I just want to do a big shout out to the lads once again over at HD Movie Source for hooking me up with this release. Carl and Mark, thank you once again, my friends. It's great to have an outlet like this because it would be criminal to miss out on such releases like this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a link in the description below to HD Movie Source's website. And if you are looking for an outlet to get American releases like this, I recommend going over and checking out their website. Not only that, reach out to these lads. They're movie fans just like us. And I'm sure they'll be happy to talk to you. And if you do see something on their website that might interest you, they're doing a deal for me that if you type in Euphoria, you have to buy 2 items, but if you type in Euphoria, you'll get a certain percentage off your order. There is no delivery charge. You don't have to worry about customs either. And not only that, but their packaging when it comes to releases like this, well, all the releases, it is absolutely incredible. It's just layer after layer after layer of packaging, and you know nothing is ever going to happen to your items. So, like I said, link in the description below, and thank you once again, Carl and Mark. This is such a big deal, it really is. Right, so back to the set itself. So, it consists of 4 movies inside this. You've got Breakdown, Friday the 13th Part 2, World War Z, and Orphan First Kill, which is the prequel to the movie Orphan. Now, I'm not going to lie, out of all the movies that you get in this set, the 2 that really interested me was Breakdown and Friday the 13th Part 2. Yes, we are getting separate releases of them over here, but there was something about the slipcovers that I loved inside this set. Just the presentation of the whole thing looked amazing, and I just couldn't say no to it. Now, I've checked out all 4 movies on 4K in this set. World War Z, I just wanted to quickly talk about here, because I've already reviewed it. I got the Scream Factory release of it. Now, from what I've seen by the Paramount one that you get inside this one, in terms of picture quality, it's almost identical to the Scream Factory. The only difference is, on the Scream Factory one, you get a DTS 5.1 audio, where on the Paramount one, you get a DTS 7.1 audio. It's the exact same audio that you got on the Blu-ray release. I'm not going to say it's a clear difference over the 5.1, but it still sounds rather impressive. So yes, bear that in mind when you're picking up World War Z. You are getting a little bit of an upgrade there in terms of its audio. Now, Orphan First Kill, I actually had a wonderful time with that movie. Like I said, it is a prequel to the original. The only problem I had with it is the girl actress that plays Esther in it. She's meant to be younger in this movie, but you can clearly see that they got the same actress back, and no matter what kind of makeup they're putting on her, you can clearly see that she is much older in this movie when she's meant to look somewhat younger. But it's a fun prequel, no question about it. I was actually quite surprised by the amount of humour that you see in the movie. The only downside I had to it is the 4K picture is not particularly all that impressive. Again, I'm almost certain I did review this on my channel, and I was very critical about it. I do love my deep blacks when it comes to particularly on horror movies, but for some strange reason, and I think it was the director's intent, the picture, just the blacks look very grey, and it's not what you call a fantastic viewing experience. But take nothing away from the movie itself. It's still a wonderful horror, and I recommend checking it out, particularly if you were a fan of the original, the Orphan, that is. Now, Breakdown. I'm not going to say too much here because I'm thinking about individually reviewing that movie. I'm just going to say right now that I was very, very impressed when it comes to its 4K picture. I am such a fan of it. And if you haven't seen Breakdown, I highly recommend checking it out. It stars Kurt Russell, Kathleen Quinlan, JT Walsh, Jack Noseworthy, just to name a few. It's a fun, tense, unnerving, on the edge of your seat thrill ride. And it is relentless from start to finish. and I highly recommend checking it out. Now, Friday the 13th Part 2 as well. I am thinking about reviewing that individually. I was very impressed by its 4K picture as well. I'm not going to say that it's a night and day difference over what we got from Scream Factory, but it is them HDR colours, those Dolby Vision colours, that really do make a significant difference. And I think die-hard fans are going to be very impressed by the results that we got here in terms of its 4K picture. So yes, I promise you I will be coming back for Friday the 13th Part 2 and Breakdown. I just felt that they were good enough to deserve separate videos. And yes, I will deliver on that in the next couple of weeks or something like that anyway. But I promise you they will be coming. Right, so I'm going to take you around this release. I'm going to give you a good look at it, and I really do hope you enjoy it. Right, so here we go. Paramount Scares Volume 2. So the first thing I wanted to quickly comment on is the colour scheme on this. It looks absolutely amazing. It really does. The green and black really does stand out. So as you can see, when it comes to the artwork itself, it's covering all the movies. You've got the Orphan there in the middle. I think you got a bit of World War Z there as well. Of course, you got Friday the 13th Part 2. You got the truck from Breakdown. I think that's meant to be Kurt Russell standing in front of it. Of course, you got Mrs. Voorhees' head down there. A few more zombies. The Camp Crystal Lake sign. There is quite a bit going on in terms of the artwork, and I love it. I really do. And then, of course, you got the Paramount Scares logo at the bottom right-hand corner. Goes without saying as well, folks. A lovely hard rigid box you get as well with this one. Of course you have to, when you consider everything that's inside it. So that is the main artwork. I'm just going to take us to the top of it, and as you can see, that kind of swirly colour scheme has continued on, and I'm sure it's the exact same on the bottom. There you go. And just let me have a look at the spines. You simply got the Paramount logo on top, you got the Paramount Scares, and then Volume 2 down below. And I presume it's going to be something similar. It is indeed, on the opposite side. And then right around to the back, there's not much to look at here. Again, you just got a bit more of that kind of swirly green going on. The J card is meant to be on here. It was actually held on by glue spots, but it kept falling off. So thankfully, it actually fits inside the box. So I'll show you that now very soon when I open it up. So that is the back of it. So turn it around and let's slide this open and see what we are dealing with. So let me put that out, get that out of the way. So the first thing you are greeted to is a magazine of Fangoria. And as you can see, it is covering every single movie that's inside this set. You see Breakdown there, Orphan, and World War Z, and of course, Friday the 13th Part 2. And this is the back of it. You simply got that Paramount Scares once again. And I'm just going to quickly just run through it, sorry. So as you can see, that's the World War Z segment of it. This one here is the Orphan one. And then of course you got Friday the 13th Part 2. And I presume Breakdown is right at the start of the book. There we go. So yes, there's a bit of a write-up of all 4 movies, which is nice to see. So yes, Fangoria Magazine. Right, so the next thing you have as well is that J card that I mentioned. Now this was to go onto the back of the box, so like I said, it kept falling off. But look, I'll give you a quick look at it. As you can see, it's basically showing you everything that's inside this release. So yeah, that is the J. Get that out of the way. You've also got a very large poster. I'm not sure if I can get this into frame. I'll try my best. Well, I'm not going to get it into frame, but hopefully I can give you an idea of what it's like. But as you can see, it's covering quite a bit. I'm going to just show you the bottom of it first. So you got the zombies from World War Z on each side. Of course, you got the truck that JT Walsh drives in Breakdown. Just above it, you'll notice that it's the girl from The Orphan. And then, of course, you've got the main girl in Friday the 13th Part 2, Amy Steele, I think that's her name. Mrs. Voorhees' head over here as well. And, of course, you've got Jason right in the middle. And then you've got the face of a zombie on the top of it. It's actually a stunning looking poster. It really, really is. And you never know. Maybe someday I might actually frame it. So yes, folks, that's the best I can do when it comes to the poster itself. But I think you got an idea of it. It's just a single-sided poster. So I'm going to bring this box set back in for you. So you'll notice that there is a small pin here. And as you can see, it just simply says Paramount Scares. So if you're familiar with the Titans of Cult releases and the pins that you get with them, it's something very similar here. I'm not going to take it out because there's absolutely no need to do so. So yes, Paramount Scares. So what else have we got here? You got this thing that was just basically hiding all of this. You've got a couple of patches. And as you can see, I've already opened it. So the first one that you get is Camp Crystal Lake. You know what? I'm going to get this box set out of the way so I can get it into focus, hopefully. That's better. So yes, you get a simple patch of Camp Crystal Lake. Nothing on the back of that one. This is the one for the Orphan. The back of Esther's head. Again, nothing on the back. You've got one for World War Z, and as you can see, it's just a simple Z. Red and black, you know me. Love that colour scheme. And the last one is Breakdown, and as you can see, it's done like a number plate. So that's quite a nice touch. So yes, that's all the 4 patches that you get inside this set. So let me bring it in one last time and see what else we have going. So the next thing you have is this. It's almost like a, I was going to say, I think it's like a magnet. And as you can see, it's just simply got Paramount Scares on it. So yes, I think, as you can see, it kind of just peels off. And it's done like a magnet. Quite large as well. So that's everything in terms of its goodies. So you lift this out. And we are actually on to the releases themselves. So you can see on the top, Friday the 13th Part 2 Breakdown. So let me start with... I'll start with Breakdown. As you can see, the rest of the movies are under, so they're stacked up on top of each other. So here we go. This is the slipcover for Breakdown. Now, there was a few people out there not kind of complaining about the slipcovers in this. They thought they weren't particularly all that good. I think they're fantastic. I don't know why people don't particularly like them. So on this one, you've got Kurt Russell there in the middle. As you can see, it is a steering wheel. And you'll notice that there's 2 trucks. It's the chase sequence near the end of the movie. And I don't know, I like the colour scheme to it. I think it's quite a nice slipcover. So I'll take us onto the spine of this one. And right around to the back. Now I don't know how well these slipcovers go with the Volume 1 edition. I never actually checked it out. But I'm hoping they kind of do go nicely together. And it says, "You folks alright." So that's said by Jack Noseworthy. In the movie. And I think the spine on the opposite side is the exact same. Yeah, it is indeed. So that's the slip, and then inside, of course, you get that original artwork that we all know and love for Breakdown. So I'm not going to spend too much time with it. You just have an idea of what it's about. That's the spine of it. Right around to the back, and as you can see, you got your special features there. It is by no means jam-packed, but as far as I remember, if I remember correctly, the Blu-ray release that I had for Breakdown had absolutely no special features at all. So look, I'll take what I can get. So open it up, and that is your 4K and your Blu-ray disc. Right, so that covers Breakdown. So I'll put that to a side, and we'll make our way onto Friday the 13th Part 2. And as you can see on this one, you've simply got Jason down below. You've got the giant axe, and then of course Amy Steele. Her picture is in the axe itself. I think that's her name, Amy Steele. I hope I'm getting that right. I'll know now soon enough when I see the credits. So as you can see, the colour scheme is the exact same. There's nothing going on in terms of spot gloss or anything like that. It's just a simple matte finish. That is the spine of it. right around to the back. You're all doomed. You're all doomed. So as you know, that's said by Ralph in the movie. And the spine on the opposite side is the exact same. So take the slip off, and here we go. And it is that original poster artwork for Friday the 13th Part 2. Nothing particularly exciting in terms of its artwork, but you know what? I wouldn't change a thing. I really wouldn't. So onto the spine of this one, and right around to the back. Now, as you can see, in terms of special features on this one, you've got Inside Crystal Lake Memories, Friday's Legacy Horror Conventions, The Lost Tales of Camp Blood Part 2, Jason Forever, and the original theatrical trailer. And then, of course, you got your credits down below. And it is Amy Steele, so I was right. So that's the back of the box itself. And that is your 2 discs inside it. So that is Friday the 13th Part 2. So that brings us on to then World War Z. And let me get this right. There we go. That's it. So as you can see, it is quite similar. You've got the main star once again, Brad Pitt. You see his shadow there as well. You'll also notice the swarm of zombies. It's the scene in, I think it's Jerusalem, if I remember correctly. And then, of course, you got the helicopter and all the zombies hanging off it and falling off it. So, yes, I do like the slipcover on this one. It's quite nice. So, there's not much else to be said. I'll go on to the spine of this one. And, of course, you'll get a quote from the movie. It says, Mother Nature is a serial killer. No one's better or more creative. So, again, if they'd done a little bit of spot glossing, I think it would have maybe stood out a little bit more. So, a bit of a missed opportunity there. And that's the spine of it. And, again, you get that original cover artwork for World War Z. With Brad Pitt there in the middle of it. And all the kind of carnage behind them. So, this is the spine of it. And right around to the back. And unfortunately, once again, folks, the uncut version is only on the Blu-ray. When are they going to stop doing that? It's very frustrating. I know it's going to piss off a lot of people. So, open it up. I think I have a loose disc here. I do indeed. Let me sort that first before we do anything. There we go. And that is your 2 discs inside. As you can see, it says the unrated version over here, but it's not on this one. Yeah, so that's very, very frustrating. Right, so that is World War Z covered. And lastly, we are on to Orphan First Kill. And this is probably the best slipcover out of all the 4 movies that you get in this one. As you can see, you got the house in flames in the background. You'll see a crossbow here as well. And of course, you got Esther down below, her playing the piano. I just love the fire effect to it. It looks absolutely fantastic. Again, I just don't know why people are complaining about the artwork on these slip covers. I have absolutely no problem with them. And it's always nice to see something a little different. So this is the spine. And right around to the back. What are my plans, mommy? I presume that's a quote from Esther. And that's the opposite spine. And then lastly onto the artwork. And the 4K release that I actually had for this already, I actually, believe it or not, I already owned it. This artwork is very different to the one I got. But having said that, this is Paramount, where the other one, I don't know who done it, but I don't think it was Paramount, as far as I remember. But as you can see, you've just got Esther on the cover. And yeah, digging on the colour scheme. And the colour scheme will make all the sense in the world when you actually see the movie itself. So, onto the spine of this one. And then right around to the back. And as per usual, you got the synopsis on top, your credits down below as well. So, all that's left to do is to open it up and show you the discs. And there you have it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put everything back into the box here just to give you an idea of what they look like if I can get this back on. But actually, before I do anything, I'll actually show you the spines of these slipcovers together, and as you can see, they do go rather nicely together. So I'm going to bring that back in this box. So I'm going to slot all these back in. They should go in hopefully quite easily. There you have it. So very nicely presented there. Of course, you got this here that holds all your goodies there. You got your magnet there, or whatever you want to call it. You got this that's basically hiding it. Of course, you've got your few pins as well. And then, of course, your cover to hide all of that. Then the poster itself, the J card, as you can see, it does sit nicely into the box. Your Fangoria Magazine, and then, of course, the lid itself. And there you have it, folks, the Paramount Scares Volume 2. Right, folks, so there you have it. That is my release of Paramount Scares Volume 2. And I was that impressed by it that I'm actually going to try and hunt down the first volume. So don't be one bit surprised if you see a future video from me covering that entire release. Fingers crossed, it won't be too hard to get my hands on. So there you have it, folks. That is my video. So as per usual, if you did like what you see here, please do give it a thumbs up. And if you could leave a comment down below. And please share your thoughts on this set and what did you think of the movies that's inside it. And yeah, I hope to see you all again real soon with my next video. Until then, I'll see you soon. Bye bye.